But yeah, I would definitely, say that was supposedly a goal. But anyway, let me get back to the rest of it real quick. Though, great question. So now we're on Washington, Adams, Madison. Next is Monroe. Monroe, basically, three-fifths compromise comes out of him, which leads to black people being treated as less than human beings. Monroe himself, once again, Virginia boy, slave owner, lived in the White House, which meant as the president, he had extra slaves from the White House. Washington, D.C. was the plantation. Still technically is, right? Chocolate City. You got a bunch of black people there that are on the bottom, white people that run the city or whatever, and, you still got a lot of different things going on with that, right? Even if you got black mayors and a Black Lives Matter sign leading up to the White House, you must comprehend and understand that the White House is still the White House. It is still a plantation. It's still a place where you run over people and the people who ran it, even the people that are willing to make sure that they told white and black people alike exactly what they thought. Monroe, Virginia boy, white slave owner, three-fifths compromise there. He helped to be able to get the deal with when Jefferson was the president. He was the one that helped to talk about, to get that deal done with Louisiana Purchase. He helped to be able to get the Florida deal done with Spain. He started working towards getting Texas annexed and all that stuff, even though it didn't happen under him. Was told to have been. We're told that he was against slavery and trying to get slavery to end. At the same time, though, he was busy ensuring that. At the same time, he was busy ensuring that all of his slaves. How can I say it? He was busy keeping on hold of all the slaves. Right? He did do something where some people will say this is where his heart was to let slaves go. We kept all the slaves, lived in the White House with the slaves, but he did. It was an experiment of sorts, or even to make himself look somewhat good, I guess, but he did send people back to West Africa. That's where Liberia comes from. It comes from him. That's why the capital is named Monrovia. You see, Angelic Discipline says, according to census in 1800s, a person was either white or colored. Yeah, pretty much. One drop rule, right? Pretty much. And still today, same thing. We just don't like to say it now. People want to come up with different names for it, but pretty much, I don't care if you call yourself mixed, African, black, native, half black, half native, Latino, whatever. If somebody sees you in the street, right? Even Latino people do that, right? Latin people do that. Mexican people do that. I went in a place one time. I was actually doing some, side hustle stuff. And I think I was doing deliveries. And this was like 2-3 years ago. And I was just trying to make sure I had a little something for my family, whatever. And I'm going through my daily process and trying to, just make sure bills are met and everything. And every time I go out, white people and Spanish people and Indian people that I go by their places, they always treat you a certain way. Especially when they know that you're picking up somebody's order. It's almost like you less than nothing, right? So they get mad at you, get frustrated with you, don't really do much to help you. You gotta wait on them. You always gotta be late because of them, stuff like that. And I'm going through this thing, and this lady starts talking or whatever. Or they wouldn't even give me a meal. They wouldn't give me the stuff that people had. They just had me waiting. So I heard them having a conversation. I knew what they were talking about, and basically just to kind of pass the time, I act like I didn't understand what they were saying. So I was like, I think I was like, como se dice straw en español, just to get them to say something about, whatever I had to drink in my head or whatever, just trying to pass the time. And all of a sudden, they were like, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? Because I spoke Spanish or whatever. I don't really speak Spanish, but because, I was able to simply just ask them, how do you say this in your language? And I was like, from all over. I didn't really tell them, anything more than that. I was just like, I'm from all over, kind of keep them guessing on their toes. But then they changed the conversation. They started being nice to me. They asked me if I wanted something to drink. They actually asked me if I wanted my money back for the drink. It was, a lot of us have been taught that, but still to this day, all I'm saying is that happens with a lot of Latino people where they go somewhere and light-skinned Latino people who are, stuck on colorism like a lot of us are, they will in turn start to mistreat the dark, just black, Sorry, we just lost our TikTokers. What was that we said over here? Oh, okay. You guys saying hello to each other over there. Yeah, so in their eyes, they'll treat people bad just because of the color of their skin, Rick Jack says I'm brushing my wave right now. Okay. Angelic discipline says color, including Asian, Latino, Native, or Hindu. Yeah, so that's another thing people don't like to talk about too, but that's definitely big facts. So, but yeah, so we get to Monroe. He does that. That stuff. After Monroe, we get to a place where we're at John Quincy Adams, and we're seeing how presidents set precedent, right? As the angelic discipline has been reminding us, president